one game remains before we finish up the grand finals here at the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite. It has been the who's who, making it all the way from day one. That was our open qualifiers chat. Tens of thousands of teams from around the world tried to be the top 50 to make it into the grand finals. And here we are now. We only have one game left before we crown the first place winner. And they walk away with the $16,000 prize. Shy Wager, Ball at TW. It's been a good day of Fortnite, and it's been interesting in the last few games, if I do say so myself. And Vidil and Noah definitely seem to be the top players here. But Kura and Bad Sniper in that last game definitely started to prove why they deserve to be in the top.
Yep, and he has a 74 in his name. That was somewhat of a 74-point plus entire game off the clutch of Bad Sniper. I'm not sure what type of joke I was going for there, but it was an insane performance. And honestly, this entire day has not only been good duel gameplay, but these one-off clutches that really bring everyone into this top 5 scenario.
Yeah, I mean, we had Bad Sniper, we had Kura, we also had Jaspe and Marine clutching up in that last game. Kaizen as well ended up in towards that top spot in the final game. And now they've all pushed themselves in the top 10. So if I see any game that had an effect on the standings as much as that one, we might actually have a closer race at the top, but no. Noah Riley and Vidil are 75 points ahead. 75 points is not quite the 100 that we kind of decided on, so things could happen. It's not completely shut and done with, but it's so close to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 65-point difference right now, and we know that a victory royale gives you 60 points, and then with each elimination, that's 5 points each. So Kura and Bad Sniper definitely not out of the competition just yet. They got 3rd place in that last game with 9 eliminations, so they're doing really well. Paco and Cammy, they're not out either. They've been doing a pretty good job being able to consistently get eliminations. Same thing with Seti and Teak. But after that, once we get into Sneezy, Robobs, and Benji and Savage, I don't know if those two teams are going to be able to do anything to be able to take over Vidil and Noah.
I agree. Like, I honestly, I want to call it so bad. Because, like, Kura and Bad Sniper, Paco and Cammy, I think the only two teams that realistically have a chance, the way they're playing right now, to contest Vidil and O'Reilly, they don't play for the win. They play for hitting top 5. They play for maybe averaging 2nd place or getting into the top 3. The only team on this page that I see goes for that win is Seti and Teak, and right now their mental is absolutely shambles.
Yeah, that last game they got on 39th place, no eliminations either. They were definitely having a great momentum at the start of the game, but that has fallen off in the second half of these games here. 22 points. That means that they would need to make 90 points to be able to overtake over 90 points, which isn't impossible. That's a victory royale plus another 7 eliminations. So it's possible. They've done it before. They already have 2 victory royales. What's another one? But, gentlemen, I asked you at the start of the show, and now the story has drastically changed from the beginning. Ball at TW, is it going to be Vidil, Noah, and Noah, or is it going to be a different team?
I always go for the underdog here. Always. No matter what, no matter how far the chances are, I always have to go for it. Sure, Vidil and Noah Riley look scary right now. Look very impossible to overtake, but if that happens, it'd be just the most hypest thing ever. So I have to root for it.
So is it going to be Cammy and Paco, Kura, Bad Sniper, or Tika?
Come on, just let me have just some underdog.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Just some underdog.
Shayo, what do you think?
I'm locking it in. There's just no shot, no chance, bucko at all for anyone to overtake Vidil and Noah Riley. The way they're playing is cautious, yet they still get all these early game elims. They're aggressive. Like, is there a duel I don't see that's in 2nd place, 30 points behind? Oh, there's not? There's no chance. I'm sorry. 1st place, Vidil and O'Reilly.
I mean, they've gone 7 eliminations in 23rd place. In that last game, they placed 14th and still got 4 eliminations. So I have to agree with you, Shai. I'll usually try and give a different answer, but I don't think there's any way around it. Vidil and Noah Riley, that is who I'm going to be giving it to. And we're going to find out real soon, chat, because the final game here at the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite for Europe is going to be happening after this quick break. So maybe grab a snack and a drink, but come back quick because you guys aren't going to want to miss it.
I have never been in a situation over my many games casted, many tournaments casted, where I have been going into this last game giving no chance. And thankfully, we're still not there yet. Shayo, you might disagree, but it's only a 65-point gap, which is just a win. So, as we get in this final game, that is what you have to keep in mind. Noah Riley and Vidil have a massive lead, but they still need to hold on.
The minimum points, though, or the worst game that Vidil and Noah Riley have had is a 23rd with 7 eliminations. That is their lowest threshold. That is their minimum standard. There's not a chance that these guys don't have at least somewhat of a good performance before they get knocked out.
Yeah, but the one thing that we have been not really talking about is that Noah Riley and Vidil have gone 5 out of 5 games contested at Doom's Domain. And 5 out of 5 games, they've won off spawn. I was gonna say, they have to still overcome that challenge once again. But I look at the minimap, and there is nobody here. For the first time, they have it uncontested. For the first time, Noah Riley and Vidil will ride straight to the vault and have even more time to W key the entire lobby.
But in perspective, nobody at Doom's Domain, not a chance of getting ripped off spawn, and no shot for anyone. I'm saying it again, to stop these guys from winning the European DreamHack Duo Grand Finals.
And how fitting for it to be Noah Riley and Vidil here. Noah Riley has been playing so well at Doom's Domain for so long, this entire season. He has been dominating tournament after tournament from this spot. And now things have shaken up in duos and shaken up at the end of trios, yet he is here. I think officially we can call him, especially after this performance, not something that we're used to seeing, a team being contested and doing well in grand finals, and not even well, but completely blowing everybody else out of the water. Noah Riley is the king of Doom's Domain.
Question is that in the world? That is always going to be the prologue conversation to have in EU, absolutely.
And the fight at Slippy Swamps will end as it started. Wolfies and Putrick 50-50ing a weapon, and then fighting from there.
Let's put a last checklist onto Noah Riley and Vidil, and then we'll check in on them every now and again. I'm giving them 3 goals. Win the first fight, make it a top 25, and then stay alive together while moving zones start. We'll tune in and see how that goes. I think that'll be very clear now. Not too ambiguous, and let's focus on some other duels around the map. Benji and Savage, another fight. Last time didn't go super well. This time, look, my aim, just like last time, actually gets completely deleted by Savage. Deja vu.
But we do get a confirmation that it was an off-spawn fight. So Benji and Savage end up getting landed on, but it doesn't matter. Their prowess, their composure will, just like Noah Riley and Vidil, have players switching the plans on them, and they do not care. Though, now we look at basically the team who has a chance against Noah Riley and Vidil. Bad Sniper and Kura. Uncontested Fertilla for them. The big question is if Kiriachi actually brings up Putrick, because he's lost so far, but that's still a fight that he could win against Wolfies and CRR, but he's known to W key in this area. Kura and Bad Sniper don't have to worry about that just yet, though.
Their biggest worry is honestly how they're playing out these games. The ask for these guys is to win this one and get somewhere around 5, maybe even 10 elims if Vidil and Noah Riley are actually alive. If we could talk about how their games have been going, it's been Bad Sniper clutching. It's been Kura clutching. They're never together, and they haven't even gotten a first yet. So, tall ask.
Last game was phenomenal from them. 3rd with 9 eliminations. Bad Sniper putting out some magic for the audience. But he's still got to pull the rabbit out of his hat. Like you said, how does he do that? We have no clue. And I'm not even going to suggest anything at this point because it's all them. It's all them. Noah Riley and Vidil are probably going to soon be taking their first fight.
2 big things, though, that are good for both top duos.
I
One,
like this.
Bad Sniper and Kura have the zone. They have so much time to situate their game. Noah Riley and Vidil though, the edge zone fighters. Dooms is on the edge. They have so many duos they can pick apart.
But I love this look right here. They have to move through so much open area that might actually be a little bit more dangerous for them this time around. They could move over to Sweaty Sands and the coast, and I think that's their best shot if the zone continues to pull south. But if it pulls over towards Salty, that is a dangerous, dangerous area to be W King in. It is not the same type of edge zone situation that we've been seeing game after game.
Cammy and Paco, another duo that we cannot ignore. 20 points behind Bat Sniper and Kura. For them, I feel like it's a fight per second. We are focusing a lot on Vidil and Noah Riley, but everyone here wants to have a better placement than where they were at in game number 5. And it's entirely possible. A 10-point difference, really. It narrows down the lower you go between every single duo. That means, once again, every shot matters, every elim matters, every placement will matter this game from any duo we're watching besides this top 3. Over at Slurpy Swamps 2, we saw on that mini-map overlay. We'll see some PowerPointing going on for the moment, but at that top left side, it was locked in terms of all the fights that were going down at Logjam. Bad Sniper and Kura, you can see a hint of it. 3 different colors on the mini-map. Orange, purple, yellow. They cannot really go towards the left unless they want to play that 10 elim game and start it off early. They could go for this risky fight and throw it all against the wall, but you have to remember, they're not only fighting for first. Yes, we're focusing on that a lot. They're fighting to hold on to second too. They can't just make an all-in decision. Cammy and Paco will catch up in an instant if they do that and fail.
I'm wondering if we're seeing the same caution that I kind of spoke about here from Noah Riley and Vidil, where they're not pushing the fights, we're not pushing the tempo, because this is slow for them. I mentioned that this should be around the time where they're taking their first fight. Should have been earlier than this, but it's not the same. Though I do wonder if that's actually because of the zone, because they're already so close to edge, that they have much more time to start looking for those fights.
It's too calm right now. Maybe it's because we've just been focusing on the duels, not really jumping into all those fights, but
yes,
it just feels like if this was like
that is the situation. Sorry to cut you off. That is the situation.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of players alive. 72, 37 teams left. 13 teams have already gone down. The situation is that we're focused on the potential winners, the potential people who actually have a say in this game right now, because that's what's important.
And I hear a car, so let's actually talk about it. The ride that these two duels will be on, if they lose a tire, if the passenger seat gets hit, Bad Sniper, I feel like, slows down, crumbles. Vidil and O'Reilly, they speed up, they go fast. Autobahn energy.
Yeah. No speed limit. Foot firmly on the gas. You might say that though, but all I see right now is them slowing down. All I see is them falling to what you said, the first place fallacy of just hold on.
Remember the checklist though, for Noah Riley and Vidil. All they have to do is win one fight, top 25, and stay together on moving. It could be in any order. Maybe they skip that fight. They will need to win one at some point though. Look at the loadout.
They're hunting, man. I've been talking about how they slowed down, but you could already see the way that they're playing. Back into edge, outside of the storm circle. Ready to look for a team, but there are no teams in the vicinity because they've basically cleared out the entire area over and over. All the teams who've been engaged with them have been, flabbergasted as to what just happened to them. Why are they getting pushed at this point in the game? So they're like, we gotta move earlier. In this case, though, while Vidil and O'Reilly might not always be running into a fight that they want to take, what they are doing is not taking the risk.
If every other team, it's like, fool me once, Shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Can't get fooled 5 times, 6 times, right? Gotta move on. Milan getting a beam, though, early game. If he's alive towards the end, we all know about how Milan and Chapix love to go up for height. They haven't really been there the last 3 games. I think that's why Noah, Riley, and Vidil have had such a chance to control high ground, not really have anyone interrupt them. The one time it did happen, Vidil took it right back against a duo that was not really experienced. I think it was Wisep going for it in that specific circumstance. If you look at Chapix Milan, that's a lot of experience. Look at Paco right now and Cammy in a car. I'm not sure what's going on here, but there is a team on the hunt. It's Marine and Jaspe, way far away from Starks, in the woods. These guys have driven out safely.
I like it. The confidence to go for shots too. Also, kind of a response to actually the team that pretty much put an end to Paco and Cammy's run at first place. It was Marine and Jaspe taking height from them. Don't forget, Cammy and Paco had an opportunity here. There goes the tire, but they're still going through the trees. Off-roading towards center zone. I think they'll get there. But if they go north, they're getting ever closer to where they actually have the threat, which is Vidil and Noah Riley. There's Seti and Teak. We mentioned them as a contender potentially. They've got a very strong position just outside of Sweaty Sands.
Maximum greed, and now the truck starts again for Vidil and Noah Riley. They always ditch it fast.
Uh-oh, here we go. Orban jet scoop. Inside the gas station, Noah Riley will dodge, dip away into Holly Hedges. They get out though here. Still need to refarm a little bit of wood, but it's going to be the house. They're playing this very cautiously. There's 2 opportunities there for people on the coastal side who haven't felt the wrath of Noah Riley and Vidil. They box up there.
I'm actually, this is so weird. Why am I worried? I'm looking like a break of pattern. You've been mentioning it a little bit over and over again, but they're not looking like the same confident, we're in your face Vidil Noah Riley. Every time we saw any duo in this tournament get slightly passive, it was trouble. Cammy and Paco have had that game after game after game. No difference in game number 6. They're getting focused. It's metal walls, but they can't build up fast enough. Is it just a reload that stops things? Or is the pressure gone? Pressure's gone for now, but look at the cost. Minis, bigs, HP, showing weakness in position. Not good. Remember, they're trying to take over second as a minimum, going for first the whole way. They're 20 points behind Kura and Bat Sniper. Almost 100 behind Vidil and Noah Riley.
Gotta say, though, such a good day for a lot of these new duos. Don't forget, this is the first duos tournament that we've had this season. The first duos tournament that we've had since season 2 FNCS. And actually, it's been so long ago since we've had any third-party major team mode tournaments. Since basically ESL Katowice almost. So this is new. You know, a break in the action, a day where you actually have to think on the fly. You don't have to prep. You can't prep because it's not over many, many qualification weeks. You have no way of conditioning your drop spot, any of that. So this is much, much different than what you're used to seeing time and time again in DreamHack.
Different and more difficult. And Vidil and Noah Riley picked one of the hardest drops. Didn't even condition it in the tournament. I guess they finally earned it in game 6 for free. And they're playing a playstyle we don't usually see. Aggressive, going for fights over and over consistently, and clutching consistently. It's a winner's playstyle. I'm actually more scared of this duo in the next tournament when they actually are refined and they plan. Because you combine that with what they're doing now, this is a completely different level of play.
Bad Sniper and Kura. Reminder, they were the second place team going into this game. They were in 5th place before the last game. And even before that, they weren't really in contention. Their first 3 games, maybe in the top 20. So they've been slowly rising. Savage and Benji have been sitting around the same spot that they always have. As we look at in the bottom left, sorry.
That was a replay of Marine getting some elims, saving Jasper, and Marine, Savage, and Benji are neck and neck, a 6-point difference. Both also having elims. So these picks here are really important for this duo, and Marine clutching out and saving Jasper is so much more important to not only beat Savage and Benji, but maybe even make it to the top 3. Here's a big pick onto Letwick. He goes down, and now Benji's activated, but it's so messy. Trees everywhere. I don't think Savage is actually even might just be in Doors of the Jungle right now, finding his way all the way down towards this Elam. He gets it. Crash pads there. He might be able to channel that sniper too. It's looking good, but Bala, look at this side of the map. Look at all the duos. It is getting so congested.
And while the convention might be, this tree is actually not here, just for reference. The convention might be that Benji Fishy gets zones, but today he has been anything but marketable, unfortunately. He's been running a CrossFit zone, no mobility so many times, as Mr. Savage did pick up the end. Cavado now done.
The big thing right now for this zone is Vidil and Noah Riley in one of the best spots on the map, and they get center zone for the next portion of this game. This is looking too good to be true.
And once again, look at Benji Fishy and Savage down in the bottom right of the map. It pulls max distance, but also, unfortunately, Paco and Cammy were nearby too. The marketability runs out. Paco and Cammy are going to be the people who also pay for it. Look at Seti and Teek's position too. They're up on height, basically opposite sides of Holly Hedges against the deal and Noah Riley. Thankfully here, we do have some mobility. Benji though, going to be trying to push. Yes, he gets the impact. They're already up to 4 elims, and they're not stopping. We've seen Savage and Benji pull off some crazy things in final games over and over and over. And there's another one, 5 elims now. Still has to make it forward though, and that is a big wall. A massive wall of enemies in front of them that they have to find some way to get over top.
All these enemies are just slightly below them in the standings. Milan Chapik's 13th, Benji Savage 6th, Clement Nakaz 9th, all trying to stop them. Behind that wall, way past it, we have in safety Kura and Bat Sniper staying low ground all by themselves. Above this wall, we have Paco and Cammy. So our top trios, this kind of island that we have with the top 3, are in safety. They're in their own game. But inside, between the 4th place, I think all the way down to 30th, everyone's box to box, and every shot matters.
It's a war zone between basically 2nd and 5th. We're getting close to that top 25. No, they haven't taken that first fight, like you've been mentioning, the checklist for Fadil and O'Reilly. But top 25, if they don't go down soon, it's basically wraps on anybody, specifically Paco and Cammy, to catch up. It is a fight here against Seven Tor and Link. They haven't been having the best of days, but once again, they're getting sprayed, and another snipe right through the cracks from Zandy. We'll finish that off. Link and Seven Tor will get the spoils.
One step closer for Savage, one step closer for Marine, with Paco and Cammy down, Slicks down 2. They push them even further down to the bottom 50. Savage gets the body 2. That's huge for the refresh. Topping back off on Brick. 150 max capped. And 5th zone is about to lock in 2 seconds. C1S is still there up top. It is max zone for Savage and Benji again.
I was telling you, man, we got new kings of marketability, and it's Noah Riley and Reason. They've got zone once again, and potentially now could go on to basically ride for free to the end of this tournament in first place. And Lex and Nate also there, hand and X squeeze too. Rising through. I love this shot right now that we get an opportunity to see. Kura and Bad Sniper max distance zone 2, all the way down south. Benji and Savage still fighting. They're now up to 8 elims. Like, this is starting to get a little scary for everybody if they start to feel it.
And 2 teams who already had that zone you mentioned, Analex Nate, you mentioned Pen and X Squeeze, they're also tied close to 128, 126. Both center zone, both fighting for control to get top 5. Vidil and Noah Riley, though, they turn on the gas, not only with that fire trap above them, but with the shot sight line. Straight down over to Snazy and Robabs, who are right below. If Snazy and Robabs go down, Savage and Benji have a clear path straight to the top 3. There will be no more teams ahead of them, other than Vidil and Noah Riley and Kura and Bat Sniper.
So is it actually gonna connect here? Vidal and O'Reilly still playing so aggressively. Oh, it's Nate and Andalex up on height. Savage and Benji have all of a sudden gotten a nice position, actually, to maybe challenge that. They're throwing crash pads over to knock maybe Andalex or Nate off the top. But you're right, Hen and XW is so close to them. Savage has actually found himself Marine up on top of him. But Vidal continues to pressure against Daisy. Yes, he's low HP. Yes, the fire down. Connect. But there's another one in. Another one in the box. Vidal is so low HP. Vidal. He's got the heals off now, but that worked out. What they didn't end up getting was the refresh there, but he's still at max materials.
And in that fight on the other side of the map, Savage got split from Benji. He has to work all the way up. Has a few more minis left. This might be Benji's build all the way up top. They might have ultimate height right now. Nate and Andalex might have the best position, though, overall to move. We'll see what happens. Wakey and Kinzel are still here, too. For the top 15, it can go any which way. For the number 1 slot, it looks like Vidal and O'Reilly might be able to do it.
Going back down south through old Holly Hedges right now, through the gas station and further beyond. Mr. Savage and Benji have had height. They've taken it. They still have a lot of builds to hold on to it too, but you know, Vidal and Noah Riley are ready with their shockwaves, ready to overtake height, ready to stay at the top of the leaderboard right now. It looks almost like there's no chance for anybody else. They've already gotten the 5 placement points, and pretty much their biggest threats are out. Teak and Steady fly into zone, and once again, another of the contenders not having the best of times.
They're still ahead of Benji and Savage, the last duo they need to take down before they challenge Kura and Bad Sniper for that second place slot. Vidal and Noah Raleigh, though, a completely different game we're seeing. It's low ground. It's dirty. It's box to box. They're looking for shots still. Savage, though, meanwhile, on height, is still focusing down Save It, who made it off of spawn. Hen and X-Squeeze are way far ahead of the zone. Nate and Andalex, still alive, are trying to get rid of them, too. It's 3 different stories happening at the same time. Here's Seven Tor getting beamed down from Savage. Bills will not save you. A double bounce, a mid-air shot. Ziny gets tagged through. Savage is completely dynamic with his whole kit connecting over and over. Seven Tor finally eliminated. Benji, oh my God, another pick on a Kaizen. Savage looks like there's 2 people in one body. He's looking in 360 degrees, and you can't count out Benji either. Still popping off. They're controlling height from 2 different angles so perfectly.
But the issue for everybody else right now, Vidal and O'Reilly's still alive, and the only big threat to them at the beginning of this game was Core and Bad Sniper. Since they're alive at this time right now, I'm basically ready to call it for them. But still, Mr. Savage and Benji rising in the leaderboard. Every elim that they're getting is completely bringing them up. 261 points right now. 251 was where Core and Bad Sniper started at the beginning of this game. They could overtake them.
Teak and Seti are still alive, though. The barrier for Mr. Savage and Benji. Do they have enough elims to overtake Teak and Seti? That's the question. Down below, Noah Riley is knocked. He's out. He's down. Kura is still alive. Will this mean Vidal can push it farther, go faster? He's still full HP. Savage and Benji are all the way on height, still beaming down. Seti and Teak are still alive. Vidal is by himself, attracting so much attention, but still winning every fight that he's a part of. Podesai getting elims in the feed. Milan picks up a few as well. Is Vidal still alive? Yes, he's fighting Kura. First is fighting second right now. Teak is still alive, though. It's still going forward. Everyone is based up. They're scared. No one wants to peek out and get headshot, get dominated by Benji and Savage. But Benji falls down. Teak goes up. A bouncer to catch back up. Teak is still alive by a thread. Vidal is nowhere to be seen right now. First place has been taken. Now we'll see if that is enough after this game. Savage and Benji are still shooting down forward. They're looking to take over. Teak and Seti are gone. Have they got enough elims to make it to second? Kura is still alive. He's still trying to clutch. This is a fight for second place for Benji and Savage.
Still an opportunity for Kura to go through. He's clutching by himself, trying to hold on, but Savage and Benji are on an onslaught. They've taken out so many. Podesai now down. Kura holding on against 2. It's Milan and Chapix, game 1 winners. But Mr. Savage and Benji are the one on height. They get the advantage of this, and we're in the final zone. Milan goes, oh, actually, no, Kura's out. So Benji, Fishy, and Savage right now, with the elims that they have, are taking second place and continuing forward. Now they're going to start to pinch down on Milan and Chapix. It's a 2v2.
It's looking like a classic duos fight on the low ground. We're seeing this in the end game. 2-pump shot down. Milan gets clapped in an instant. And after that, Benji is looking for the final 1v1 showdown shot. He has the advantage. He makes the builds. 1 tick though. The zone is counting down. There's 10 seconds. He finds the shot. No, he finds the position. And Chapix is taken out with 303 points. Benji Fishy and Savage must have clutched second, but it's Vidil and Noah Riley that win out the day.
And by the skin of his teeth, Benji finds the time to win the game. Finally, they get activated, and they find themselves in second place. What a day, what a game. We're going to break down the standings after a final break.
And that is all she wrote for the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite. The grand finals are done, and it has been an incredible journey over the last 2 days. Tens of thousands of teams from around the world competed to be the top 250 from their heat. From there, only 50 teams move forward to the grand finals, and that's what we just wrapped up right now. 6 intense games with 3 teams pretty much duking it out for that first place spot. But it's not much of a surprise that Vidil and Noah Riley are your first place winners coming out of the DreamHack Open Duos tournament. And you can see right up there, 352 points. No one even coming close. But on that note of close, Kura and Bad Sniper beat out Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage by 1 point for second place there. Seti and Teek's gonna be holding out 4th place, and Milan and Chapix in 5th. And honestly, guys, these top 5 teams right here definitely deserve their spots.
Yeah, 100%. Kura and Bad Sniper hung on. They even made the gap slightly close between first, but as we knew, it was such a Hail Mary to try to break that. But I do have to say, though, Benji Savage did still have the miracle run, even though they didn't get to second place because they were 6th place before this game. And with that win, with the way that they played 12 eliminations, they also got the most elims out of a victory royale today. So really, really nicely played for them. Seti and Teek had the back-to-back win. Milan and Chapik started out strong and ended strong. That's how basically that went for them.
Shia, we've had a great day here of Fortnite action. And I mean, I do agree with you, Bala, that Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage right there, that last game that they played first place with 12 eliminations. We were actually saying that one of these teams needed to get 100 points to be able to steal first place away. But unfortunately, Vidil and Noah Riley, even when they don't perform that well, they still perform well. So Shio, do you think that Vidil and Noah are the best duos team in the world right now after this tournament?
Yes, why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Let's just call it that, because like it was a huge gap. I want to see how they would work on different formats. If this was a 2-day format, how would things look? Because it's only a 50-point gap. So for this though, for this entire DreamHack operation, I would say yes, currently best duo in the world.
Hey, I mean, next week, everyone, we have North American East starting on Thursday. And if you guys want to be a part of the action, make sure to follow dreamhack.com/Fortnite. That's where you can sign up for the tournament, and follow DreamHack FN right here on Twitch, because that's where we stream all of these games. And if you guys stream next week's tournaments, you can be showcased here, because when we do our first day, the open qualifiers, it's a bit more of a viewing party. We jump into people's streams and kind of hang out and cast the games that way there. So we hope to see you guys. Of course, it's going to be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern time. You can figure that out with Google what time zone that is for you. I know for sure we're going to be seeing some European teams invading North American East. Bala, any predictions on what teams are going to be coming over?
I don't even know what duos are even ready to play at NA East. In any case, for sure, we'll see everybody. I mean, we're going to see everybody. Mr. Savage Benji, Mongrel Mitro. We're going to see Vidil Noah Riley. We're going to see Kura and Bad Sniper. Although some teams might start to switch it up, right? Like the Thomas HC and Tayson was not as explosive as we thought it might be. I definitely expect that team to, not last too long, but who knows? We'll see, depending on what goes on throughout the week.
Yeah, and I do want to appreciate and thank everyone here, everyone in chat. Of course, our production, the casters from earlier, which was none other than Sancho West and Levin 2K. And of course, these two beautiful gentlemen right here, Bala TW and Shio Wager. Before we lead off, let's talk about nothing, because that's it. There's nothing else to talk about, chat. That was the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite. Congratulations go to Vidil and Noah Riley. And again, we appreciate you. Hope to see you guys here on Thursday for North American East. But for now, that is it for us right here, you guys. Enjoy some of these highlights.